Okay, today we're doing November 2019 past paper 2 for obviously it's the mechanical paper. So we're doing question 1, the mechanical analytical. So I've just filled in a couple of things already, but I'm just going to go through the questions and the answers with you. So the first question is what was Ingrid's responsibility? And you're just going to look over here and you find Ingrid's name, and then it says check by Ingrid. So you know that Ingrid's responsibility was to check the drawing. Then it says what is the manufacturer's website address. Then you're once again going to go look on your page. You're going to see here it says Castform Engineering. These are the manufacturers. This is their address, and then it gives their address. That's what you're going to write down. Then it says what is the file name. So once again, you're going to look here. You're going to find the file name, and you're just going to write that down with your dashes and everything included. Then it says who is the client. So it says here commissioned by JR Manufacturers. Therefore, JR Manufacturers is your client. So you can just write that down. Okay, and then it says how many jigs must be manufactured. So you're going to find quantity. It says here 30 units. So you know that 30 jigs must be manufactured. Then it says here what is view 1 called. Now, your mechanical paper is always in third orthographic projection, which means that you have your front view, your top view. Please excuse me for doing that. Top view, your front view, your right view, and your left view. So this over here will obviously be your top view. And this one will be your front view, and then this will obviously be your right view. Please excuse me, that was just like me not thinking properly. But then obviously if you have a look at your front view, you'll see that it's sectioned, therefore it is a sectional front view on cutting plane TT. So that's what you're going to write down. And then it asks here what type of section is view RR. So this is your view RR over here. And it is a removed section because, as you can see, it's like removed from the rest of the jig. So you're just going to write your removed section. Okay, then it says name the type of section that will be produced by cutting plane CT. So if you have a look at cutting plane CT, you're just going to see how there's like a bit of a very skew, very like different. It's not like a straight cut, so that makes it a multiplane or an offset section. So you can just write your multiplane or offset. Okay, then it says determine the dimensions at. Then they start with A. So if you have a look at A, it's like a little round corner, not a corner, but it says here all unspecified radar 4 millimeters. So it's a radar. You can see that it's unspecified, therefore it will be 4 millimeters. So you can just write there radius of 4. Then B, if you have a look at B and you go down to your front view, you're going to see that there's a 15 measurement here and then 45 degrees. So you know that obviously because of the 45 degrees, this measurement here will be the same as this one here. Therefore, B will be 15. Then C, they're asking for the measurement here. Now, you can't find it by looking over here. You're going to have to look up here, and you'll see that there's a radius of 6. Therefore, the whole of C will be 12 millimeters. And that's kind of how they catch you out, because sometimes you don't really notice stuff like this. So, yeah, it's really simple. They just try to catch you out, though. Then they ask for the dimension of D. So, as you can see here, you have 44. Then if you have a look at your right view, which is your view RR, you'll see 25 and 15 added up, they are equal to 40, which will be this dimension here. And therefore the measurement will be 84. Then if you have E. They ask for the dimension at E. You have a look at E over here, and you go up to your top view. You're going to see here it says the measurements, and then it says 1.5 thread. So what you're going to do, because you see here there's 2 threads, is you're just going to add those 2 threads together. So that will give you 3. 10 minus 3 gives you 7, and it will be a diameter of 7. Then it says determine the total length of the jig. Now remember that this is a cut, so obviously like this part over here would be missing, and that kind of thing. But once again, you're going to look here. You're going to see that this is 30. You see this measurement 154. It goes all the way here. So it starts from here because you have your 30, then your 154 from here goes all the way to this section over here. And then if you have a look here, it says this measurement shows 15, and that will add up to give you 199 millimeters. So that's your total length of the jig. Then they say name the feature at F. So let me just find F. Geez, like I'm blind. F is over here. Okay. The feature at F is a web or a rib, so you can just write there web. Then it says what is the minimum depth of the thread required for the hole at G. If you look here at G, here's the hole. It says minimum is 18 millimeters deep. So you're just going to write here 18 millimeters. Then it says name the feature at H. H is a counter bore. So you're just going to write that down. Okay, how many surfaces of the jig must be machined? Now, these little symbols here mean that these parts must be machined. So if you count, you'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. But remember, because this has been cut and this section, which is this over here, is being machined, that means that these 2 must also be machined, and that will give you then 8 machined surfaces. So you can just write there 8. Then it says describe the hatching mistake on view 1. This is your view 1, and if you have a look here, everything is going one direction, and then this is going a different direction. So that's the mistake, hatching in opposite directions. I'm just going to put it short here. You must write out the whole thing, but I'm not going to write the whole thing. Okay. Then it says here, with reference to the tolerance, determine the minimum height at J. If you have a look at J, it is this measurement here. It's this here, 31, and then it gives you like a plus minus. So they ask for the minimum, then you're going to use the minus, and that will give you a measurement of 30.85 millimeters. Then it says here, with reference to the machining symbol below, which is this symbol over here, match the letter on the symbol with the correct label in the column to the right of this question. So they ask you here direction of lay. So D indicates the direction of lay. So you're just going to stick that over there. Roughness value is symbolized by A. So you're just going to put that over there. Then they say the sampling length, C represents your sampling length, so you're going to stick that over here. Then it says machining allowance, and your machining allowance is E, so that would be E. Then it says in the space below, draw neat freehand the symbol for the projection system used. And like I said, in mechanical, it is always third orthographic projection. So your symbol will be the 2 circles, mine's an oval, and your symbol like that. Make sure yours is obviously neater, but it has to be done in freehand, and that's basically how you answer these questions. Now, I know in your JP, if you have the JPE EGD workbook, they will give you these kinds of things, so you get like pages like this, and you must actually just go through them because it really does help you even if you learn like a couple of things off by heart, because it will help you, like if you get questions like this. So I do hope that helped you, and yeah, thank you.